Sol, Last Days of a Star, is a low-luck strategy game involving 5 planetary factions trying to save themselves from imminent doom as the sun is about to go supernova.
As a player, you represent one of the worlds surrounding the sun.
And we've all been living a kind of utopian lifestyle based on harvesting energy from the sun. We've built up this lattice of solar harvesting infrastructure that is feeding our worlds and fueling everything we could possibly desire. Recent days, there's been huge solar flares which have actually compromised our solar harvesting infrastructure and cast our worlds into darkness. There's one small glimmer of hope, is that each of the planets has built an arc, which is now waiting on the edge of the solar system to be propelled out to safety.
This arc requires a great amount of energy in order to escape the solar system.
And as it turns out, the only place to get such a great deal of energy is from the dying star itself. So what we're going to do in the game is rebuild just enough of our solar harvesting infrastructure to harvest energy and transmit it back to our arc and give it the momentum it needs to escape. And in the process, we are going to be further compounding the instability and hastening our ultimate demise.
A little bit of orientation. This is the sun. And these are each planetary faction's mothership located on an orbital track around the sun. These are our player boards, which represent the inside of our motherships. So all of our active pieces are located on our player board, which is the mothership. Inside our motherships, we're gonna have sundivers. These are our individual little ships, and whatever energy we've earned throughout the course of gameplay, as well as our movement tracker. There's also a space for cards, which we draw throughout the course of the game, and our inactive or yet to be built pieces, which include solar bridges, more sundivers, energy nodes, which produce energy, and sundiver foundries, with which we build more of our little sundivers, and transmit towers, with which we transmit energy.
The ultimate goal of the game is to transmit energy from your mothership to your arc.
So gameplay involves 3 possible actions. You can either move, or convert, or activate. Movement involves either launching your sundivers onto the board, or moving around on the board, flying.
And the movement is how many moves you have with your sundivers. So you start the game with 3, and like for each station you build, you can get more and more, which just helps you do things more efficiently.
You fly your sundivers into formations or patterns that allow you to create all of these other types of stations or bridges. So for example, 2 stacked on top of each other like that in 2 different layers, you build a bridge into the layer beneath it. To get these energy cubes, you want to build one of your energy nodes. So you fly your guys into a formation with a space in between. When you take the convert action, you remove the sundivers. They are deactivated. They've literally converted into the energy node, and the energy node goes in between them. To build a sundiver foundry, you have 2 sundivers in spaces next to each other. You take the convert action, you build your sundiver foundry. It can go in either space. That's cool. And again, these guys are removed from the board. And to build a transmit tower, which is how we actually transmit energy over to our arcs on the momentum track, AKA points. To build one of these guys, you need to have 3 ships stacked in connecting spaces. They could be all sorts of different configurations as long as all the spaces are connected. And the transmit tower is placed at the base layer of the 3 sundivers. In order to activate these stations and reap their rewards, you're gonna have a sundiver on the space with the station, and you would bring the sundiver back into your mothership. It remains active, comes back home, and you get the reward of this based on the depth of the board that the station is built.
The deeper we are in the sun, the more of a reward we'll get, but also we're going to cause more instability. One of the keys of the game is that even though White may own this station, anyone can use this station.
And it's actually really beneficial to do that. You're gonna give them a little bit, you give them the bonus if you use their station, but you still get the base.
Which gives it a whiff of a cooperative game, but don't be mistaken, it's absolutely competitive. Only one shall survive.
as we play the game, we're going to be doing more and more stuff in the sun. In order to fly into the sun through one of these thick black lines, we need a bridge. And so every time we build a bridge, we're going to draw cards.
Our instability deck, these are our suit effect cards. And basically they're small amplifiers that enhance different actions you can take throughout the game. So you can mix and match in every game and get a different combination and a different feel for what's going on the board. And we also have suit effect tokens. So the neat thing about this is, in every game, when you choose a different set of suit effect cards, you can assign them to the different suits in the deck. So it's never the same twice.
And as we draw these cards, there's a bunch of different suits. A lot of pretty colors. But this one, the red solar flare, every time we draw a solar flare, this marker will advance down on the instability spiral.
And they are randomly shuffled in, so there's an element of surprise and tension in every game, not knowing exactly when it ends.
We'll draw in more and more cards, more and more solar flares until we draw the 13th solar flare, at which point the sun explodes and the game is over. And who's ever furthest along this track escapes just in time, and the rest of us perish in a fiery cataclysm.